Hello everybody, Locum23 here, and you're joining me for a game called Infinite Lagrange, a brand new game that is available to mobile as well as PC market. I've gone ahead and skipped the tutorial as well as the lovely cinematics when you first join this game, and as you can see here, I've been playing quite a bit. We are currently in battle, which I will take you to, and just so you can see just how the battle concept and everything works. By the way, this video will revolve around tips and tricks that I've learned while I've been playing, as well as things that will help you get right in there and get there as humanly fast as possible. But right now we are engaging one big old destroyer, and a lot of my ships are taking a beating. They're taking a beating. So this is our enemy right here. There is an enemy AI in this game, and by the way, they do play like human. They really do. So these guys have went from level 1 to level 5 plus right now, and I'll zone out here in a second, but yeah, these guys have been starting to encroach on our territories. They're actually choosing to attack bases, fleets, things like that, and I didn't even know that was possible for AI to actually, you know, it's kind of like playing AI in StarCraft. They've actually been getting stronger, better ships, the whole 9 yards. And until we start taking out some of their bases, we're under some heavy fire right now. So as you can see here, this ship is almost destroyed. It's at 3%. And you do get a replay of every single fight. Now, I willingly chose this fight, even though I was ill-equipped for this fight. Now, when I say ill-equipped, I basically have just frigates. Frigates are really great for... They've got top-notch speed in all of the ships. However, we started this fight with 11 ships. We are down to 7. Okay? Keep that in mind. So, frigates, great for exploration, great for entry-level combat. I'd say 1 to level 4, but we fought a level 5. It had a destroyer as well as a light armament of other ships. But we'll show you that replay here in a second. So here in a second, this ship is finally gonna go. And it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. As you can see here, the environment for this game is super stellar. Again, this is available on mobile as well as PC. However, there are some really bad cons for this game as well. I'll get to here in just a moment. That one of which is literally research. It's but as you can see here, our fleet. Make sure to have it set to auto return. But you can see here, they even change their own fleet, like the way they maneuver and everything else. For now, they're entering hyperdrive. Okay, now here's our base. Now here's the after action report. Out of all the fights that I've had, I've only lost once because I left my ships out. Do not leave your ships out. But as you can see here, we lost 4 ships. This one will repair, but we took on a destroyer. Destroyer is really, really great for anti-aircraft engagements. However, every ship has its own strength and its own weakness. Now, the reason why we had to go and do this is because, like I said, the AI is actually, it's like playing against a player. They are starting to encroach on this territory here that me and another person of our Bertoloddas brothers and sisters occupy. However, they have a base here, they have a fleet here, which we are trying to engage, and we currently have a rally point down below. As you can see here, look, this red line, they have enemies coming to kick our ass. We have some allies and things like that trying to help us, and then there's also neutral AI. But, yeah, this guy right here, he's in the front lines. He's the one that started the rally, because they're up in his face right now fighting. The AI is, I gotta say, very ruthless in this game if you let them get to it. They have quite a few bases in this area, really deep entrenched, and we're trying to beat some of the military forces back so we can at least get a foothold situation, so we can start knocking them back. That's our plan right now. As you can see here, we are heavily entrenched, okay? Like the red ones, yellow, like the orange ones, neutral. The red ones, our enemy. And our enemy has a good, defensive positioning. They've got a fleet right here. They're gonna start really screwing us up. Maybe we can get some alliances to help us or whatnot, but the AI keeps leveling. The AI, it don't matter where you are in the game, the AI level continues to get more intense, because when I first moved here, they were level 1 and 2. They are now level 5 and 6. Let me just give you that perspective. But, moving on. So, like I said, there is a downside to this game, which is the research and development. That is one thing that is holding me back right now. So, you get these boxes when you first start. Great! Oh, yeah, cool. They seem really, common. No, they're not. You can see here, the other research branch that I have here is completely empty. The only way to get more boxes is by luck, or buying them. Literally buying them. As you can see here, you can buy tech points. Very pay to win. And I don't like that. There is no log in and get your little free little token or something. There is none of that. You know, I'd say the easiest one you can get is the UE coins, which you do taxation. I'll get to here in a minute, but this helps with just basic files. You have a chance to get frigate, destroyer cruisers, as well as battle cruisers, carriers, fighters, corvettes, as well as a ton of weapon tech. Again, you're spending 10,000 out of your 20,000 that I've gained because of taxation. I can only buy 2 boxes, and it's only going to give me just a couple plans. Okay. Now, again, I was very lucky to get this one, and I'm right now researching a top-of-the-line cruiser. It'll take 5 hours. We just did the light cruiser. Right now, we're going to desperately need it for what's about to happen with my base. We have a generic cruiser, and then we've got some points that were around our FG-300, as well as armored, and light cruiser, or, excuse me, light frigate. But aside from that, yeah, it really, really sucks the research. You would think you're out here in space, you have a base, give us something to work with, and have these cases give us, like, cosmetics, give us special, like, things that will give us a jump start, speed ups, other things like that. But I do not like the researching for this game. It is a huge pet peeve of mine. Now, as you can see here, we just learned that new thing, right? So there it is. Okay, there's tech points, there's weapon tech points. Here's your ship blueprints. By the way, they did the job that they've done with these ships is fantastic. Now, you will get tech points for each and every ship. The amount of information that you see on your screen is quite a lot, especially for what types of ships you want to go who, what, when, where, and why. Frigates are your exploration ones, they are your entry level, and then they are garbage afterwards. Destroyer is a really great anti-ship ship, but there are ships that can counter destroyers, so you have to look at these things for HP and armor and speed, as well as firepower stats, because there are anti-ship, air defense, siege fire, all these things, and you have to run them down. You have to figure out what you're going to do. And then, by the way, for tech points, so you're going to have to invest in a ship. So you're going to have to choose, do I put a ton of time into this generic cruiser right here? So by doing so, I click on armor, I can have 4 enhancements. I get points. Do I want ship HP? Do I want resistance? Do I want physical? Do I want energy? And then there are other things that come up along the way by your researching. The researching is kind of like gotcha / RNG so far, from what I've seen. Again, don't like it. In terms of the torpedo bay, as you can see here, there's 7 slots. And a lot of these. So this is strategy right here that I was, again, fortunate to be able to research and get. Rapid fire reduces primary weapon fire duration, cooldown by 80% every 60 seconds for 15 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. That is something that, you would want to invest in first. But it is going to take double the points of everything else. So keep that in mind. And that is just for that one particular weapon. There are points and enhancement systems and everything else for everything else. Anti-aircraft support, again, that's the one, and you're going to have to pick and choose. You may not be able to get all 7 because you've utilized every single tech point you can milk out of this game for this generic cruiser. And you may not be able to get all 7. I don't know. No one is even that far. This game just came out. And right now, this is not sponsored, this is nothing, this is me just liking this game, it's aesthetic and things like that. Now, for light corvettes, which I cannot make yet, they are the fastest thing known to man at 1200 warp speed. And then for cruising speed, not half bad. Right now I've put a lot of work and investment in a frigate. I've even upgraded the propulsion system. Okay? Literally, I put some work into the ship. I have 5 points left. I could upgrade the cruising, or I could engage this evasion. Okay? The ship only has 1,000 cruising speed and warp speed of 5750. So when you go to the recon, because there's 3 types. The armored's a lot slower. The other one is recon type. Now, again, I've upgraded the ship. I have not done the recon because to me the recon is a lot lower. It has a lot less of a lot of other stats that I just don't like. I like the multi-role type. I like the multi-role type so far for a beginner ship. Again. But start investing in destroyers, cruisers, battle cruisers, things like that. Battle cruisers are going to be your massive ships in-game, by the way. Their ship, by the way, aesthetics. You can paint your ship. Of course, by the way, it's going to cost some money, so keep that in mind. Not in-game currency, it's literally going to cost you some money, which this game has a really convoluted like currency system in which says, oh, you know, this is your main one, but then in order to get these other tokens, right, these Proxima coins for the boxes and things like that, you need to exchange. 2 coins are not exchangeable or earnable at this moment. Not to my knowledge. You're lucky to grab them and cherish them with all due life. But moving on. So right now, as you can see here, another level 5. This is a 3 ship. I barely lived from a level 5 with 2 ships a minute ago. So what I'm going to do is you gain utility ships that you send out and they use operation points. These are able to mine.
New operation created.
So right here, I rapid select a utility ship, send it over there, it'll be there in 3 minutes. Right here, we never finish this. We need to create an operation right here. It's got a ton of mining. Start this, select a ship, create a fleet. By the way, you are limited to the amount of fleets that you can do. So keep that in mind. Right now, because this is in my territory, I can just go.
New fleet created.
Okay. But remember, it also does take action points. Also, things are not replenishable. Once they deplete, they deplete. I don't know how that's going to work out for long game. They're eventually going to have to replenish something, or I don't know. They're going to have to eventually do something. I'm worried about sending my ship that far up because we have 3 enemy ships right now coming in. I don't need purple. We're doing deuterium, we're doing a mixture, and then we're doing space dust. Which that one has there. I don't know if I can mine this too. Yeah, I can. Remember, you are limited. You also have a certain amount of action points. They are your energy. Keep that in mind. Sailing route. I do like this. If you're wanting to take things directly or indirectly, it kind of changes things up, especially if you have enemies around you. So we'll be able to double mine that. Right now, quests, we're able to claim that 2,000 or 20,000 metal, plus 5 action things to repair or increase speeds and things like that. So I love the base itself. Again, I love the aesthetics. You're able to look at this, and this is gorgeous. Let's be honest. This is very gorgeous. Okay. So for resource management, as you upgrade your base, you're able to do taxation. Okay. There is also this. So you get a certain amount of things you are able to claim until you're at max. I'm going to make sure to use a little bit of speed ups here and there. As you can see here, we have currencies that we gain passively because of the height of our base right now. Here is currently our base defenses. You see how much health I have and how quickly it repairs and things like that. And then you can create fleets just to be on standby, or you can create fleets for other purposes. For shipbuilding, this is kind of a given. This is kind of explainable right here.
Production line is
Right now I'm able to basically craft all frigates at the very beginning. However, for each type of ship, whether it be cruiser, battle cruiser, destroyer, or whatnot, it needs its own shipyard. And the entry-level small utility ships can be built in a standard capital ship or utility one. However, as you see here, you need the larger platforms for utility. So that's kind of a given. Right now I've got a couple on standby in case they get destroyed. And then right now we've got quite a bit of large ship fleet. Like right here, there's quite a few ships. This is enough to withstand 2 at most level 5 attacks right now, and we have about 30 incoming. So yeah, make sure to keep... They're not going to be able to attack the base. Your base is pretty solid at the beginning. However, again, the AI continues to upgrade, and then you also have the, again, you're going to have normal players probably try and poach you, or prey on, you know, you have all these enemies coming in, I wonder what you got left over, because I don't know if the AI is really going to take what you have or not. Okay, we have a lot of red coming in. Right now we have 7 fleets coming in from that perspective. We've got a good 6 there. Like, we've already started a rally point down here. Once we get to it. Like, this guy desperately needs help. How many ships can I send him? Can I send him them all? I have 39 command points. We can literally send him all of those ships. That is not going to be enough. So we have 8 hours to help him. Because we need to desperately knock out this military post right here. Which is also in a scattered asteroid field. So, region of high, low-speed asteroid activity. The AI has a really good advantage of the areas. By taking these guys out is going to hurt them really, really bad because they are at 21 fleets right now. By taking this out will cripple them in this section. However, just over here is yet another one at 21 ships. So, yeah. And they've got a really huge foothold, as you can see. Now, see, this is a supply one. However, 27 of 48. We've got to hit them back hard. So the belter loaders are going to have to go and detect them, and if you don't get the whole belter loader thing, you really need to go watch Expanse. It's a really great show. Now, see right here? This mother is encroaching upon my territory. I may have to fall back with my miners. Because, yeah, they will kick their ass. And then also the fact that, yeah, they're getting up there in level. So, moving on. In order to upgrade your base and be the most efficient is what I'm doing right now. This is my playstyle. I don't play, like, push out those ships ASAP and then I'm crippled in other areas. I like to have a good mixture, so I was going to take you to it real quick. Misclick there. So right now, I'm a level 3 base. Okay? So in order to get to the next tier of large utility ships, so I can start really putting in the oomph of mining, I need to get the level 4. Level 4 requires the generic port to be level 5, and capital ship port to be level 5. Once we're able to do that, we're able to do a lot more operations, so our HP upgrades dramatically, so does our firepower as well as defenses. That will be huge. We're also able to have a bunch more command points, and a bunch of other things. Then there's also the airspace, then there's, as you can see here, advanced assembly line, base defense system, aircraft hangars, which we can start having actual ships defend versus having to micromanage your frigates to defend you. Right now that's a whole micromanaged system in and of itself. Then there's the capital shipyard 3, cruisers we can finally start pushing out. Then there's cruiser dock, super capital shipyard. Then there's carriers, as you can see here. This is level 9, and right now is your peak. It's your peak. We desperately need, what is it, destroyer we're currently working on? Yeah, I need to make one of those here in a minute. Which, like I said, you can go over here, speed up, We got 60, man. Just bam.
Complete.
Get rid of that. Make a destroyer. We need to get that pumped out ASAP. And then we need to start pushing out some destroyers. Now I'm going to go back to upgrading this.
Construction underway.
I can go back over here. Ship production. And because now we have the destroyer one,
Production underway.
I can start making some destroyers.
Production underway.
Can I make multiples? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, love it. Love it. So, as you can see there, we're at our max command points. We desperately need destroyers. We need 3 per every 7 frigates. Is where we need to stand. So right now we'll have a military port of 87 out of 90. The only way to increase that is to keep upgrading. So keep that in mind. But we're going to have some destroyers being pumped out. And that is beautiful, by the way. Those will be done in an hour and a half. So basically for each destroyer is a half an hour. You can speed all that up, keep in mind. And then you can go over here. And so for the Engineering Bureau, for able to do more speed ups, because remember, we just used some speed ups. We're down by 25 right now. Okay, we can go ahead and purchase using those coins, but no, oh, no. I would rather wait. Because again, in 30 minutes, we'll be able to claim, and it doesn't tell. It says planning. This is calculating. So remember that. And then this one is for, I think this one's for speed ups. For building your ships. Let me actually take a look real quick. I haven't sped up any ships. I've been going at my own pace. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. We could use 19 right now. Just go ahead and speed up 1 destroyer. Which, oh no, that would speed up all of the destroyers. So if we were to do 1 destroyer, that would basically be right there. So we'd use 6. So let's just go ahead and do that. I love that. Little bit of lore right there. Look at that. Little bit of lore with that. That. We haven't unlocked 3 yet. There's 5. Warp speed limit. Like, I love the little bit of lore they've put in here, too. I do like that. But again, the research and development is the bleh to me part. So now that we have some destroyers, which let me take a look at this bad boy. Oh, man, look at him. Look at him. Look at that bad boy right there. That's gorgeous. We're going to need a lot more of those. I'll need a lot more. Destroyer versus destroyer is what I would like to see. Because frigates are just going to be, hey, I'm absorbing shit while you're literally destroying. So there are currently no ships in here. We need some corvettes is what we need. But aside from that, finally. So the only question that I have is, can I unservice a ship? Yes, I can.
Complete.
So those are the resources that you'll gain back by recycling that, which I'm not doing that real quick. No repairs needed, which basically if a ship is ported, it will automatically auto-repair. You don't need to do that. So keep that in mind. Aside from that, I really do enjoy this game. Besides the research thing. The research is really ugh. Now, I can drop a P-shield if I want. By the way, this does regenerate over time. And you cannot be attacked during it. That's kind of a given. But as you see here, there's a lot of information. There's a cooldown after a truce ends. You can only enact another truce once this cooldown is over. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. So, you pop a shield, people will be like, okay, see you in a couple hours, and then they come back, and you can't pop a shield immediately. You can relocate your base, and there is ore refining. So right now, let's just say we need some deuterium. If you had a pack, you could just drop in there. The easiest one for this is resource trading. So I need some metal just for, see this, for posterity. So to drain all that would get us a ton of metal, but you would also drain your deuterium. Right now, these are the trade factors. Okay. So right now would be the best bet to get crystal, But crystal, we don't have that much of a manifest versus deuterium. 44 to 1 trade right now would be the go-to. Don't know why it's not letting me drag, but you know, I digress. You saw it. There we go. So for a lot less technically, but remember, all resources are finite. So unless you are desperately needing resources, don't do it. Like right now, building those destroyers dropped us some metal, but right now these are about half, and right now we are mining the crap out of a deuterium asteroid as well as a crystal zone. So right now we're good on that. And then the other zone up here is Stardust. So since we have that now, you can see here, there's the amounts we'll get. 160. And then you do have a certain amount of relocators, so you can port around as long as you get rid of your fog of war. Okay? So as you can see here, here's my fog right here. And once that breaks from places that I have explored, or basically my allies, you know, in my own union have explored, that gets rid of some of this fog of war. I would be able to, like, teleport to, like, right around here. There is the secondary, or the main, may I say, fog of war, which, let me zoom all the way out. That's this black. You cannot teleport anywhere in there. You can teleport to the light zones that are colored right here, because this is your little tiny fog of war, but the black ones you cannot do. Can't do it, fam. Sorry about that. Just can't do it. Like, no matter how high you are, you're going to have to send out ships, like I said, frigates, corvettes, things like that, and you're going to have to send those out, so, yeah. Without further ado, if you guys have any questions, comments, or whatnot, drop them down in the comment section below. Maybe I missed something, maybe I'm bad at the game, and you're like, yo, you missed this, this is something that really helps you. Hey, you know, this is a community here, especially a community of gamers. If you want to help this game out, feel free to leave feedback or whatnot, but also, if you want to help this gamer out, feel free to drop any feedback that I might have missed again. But pretty much this is a game that I will log in, do passively, as you just saw. Pretty much this will be the extent for about 4 or so hours, and then log back in quickly on your mobile device. You know, go in here, click, you know, claim all, da-da-da-da-da, and then, you know, build some more ships, maybe do some more engagements. But pretty much it's kind of like idle. It's mining, it's upgrading, it's building. It's not a bad game. It's not something you're going to be sitting here staring at the screen at for hours upon hours at end, unless you're willing to micromanage a lot, and you're willing to sit there and send out your frigate and go out as far as you can, and at least have kind of like line of sight, stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to drop some support on this video. Helps me, helps my family out, things like that. And hey, if you're not subscribed already, I do a lot of variety content here. I have 3,500 plus videos of all variety content on this channel, and it is greatly appreciated for any and all support that you're able to drop on this channel, whether it be a like, a subscribe, a share, or whatnot. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.